taking their first steps outside before their journey to the International Space Station. We hear some cheers, them waving. From left to right, let me introduce you. We have mission specialist Alexander Grebenkin. Then we have pilot Michael Barratt, commander Matt Dominick, and mission specialist Jeanette Epps. They're walking now to greet family and friends who came specifically for them. They have assigned spots with assigned stanchions of people.
Exactly, yeah. So what you'll see is that they won't go any further down towards where the
pilot Michael Barratt walking down the crew access arm towards their Dragon Endeavour. Walked into the camera. Here they are now into that white room, like we were saying. So it looks like they are removing their gloves now.
Yep, it looks like they might be signing the around the meatball here.
So this is another tradition.
Yep.
We have the NASA meatball here, and starting with Demo 2 with Bob Hurley and
Bob Benkin and
Bob
Doug
Benkin.
Hurley.
Yeah, oops, I was like, whoop, wait. You say their names often, all the time together, and then, but so they sign their names around this meatball.
Yep, and then yeah, it started, as many traditions start, once one crew has done it, then you keep doing it.
Running out of space there too.
Jeanette and Alexander.
Yep, Jeanette and Alexander, Jeanette Epps, Alexander Grebenkin, our two mission specialists for Crew-8, walking across the crew access arm, about to join their crewmates in Dragon. You saw some waves, thumbs up. They're chatting as they make their way across the crew access arm.
They'll do the signing of the meatball here while the other two are getting strapped in.
Yeah, the other two are already both in. So we have Matt and Mike already inside Dragon. Going into Dragon, that's called ingressing. They just ingressed into Dragon. This crew is moving.
It's better to be ahead than behind, that's for sure.
Exactly. So that's Alexander signing right there. And now Jeanette.
And you can see, like you alluded to earlier, like why they don't all four try to get in at the same time. In microgravity, it's easy to do because you've got the vertical and three-dimensional space you can use when you're not constrained by 1G, but here on the ground trying to have four people and the suit techs and the hatch techs, all those people all in the same spot, it gets pretty crowded.
Yeah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 people either in the capsule, at least 8 people, either in the capsule or in the white room right now. So as we can see, Matt and Mike have their harness on. It's a 5-point harness.
Yep, yeah, so there's a harness, and then also where their boots are at, there's a connection in the sole of their boot that locks their feet into the footrests. And then, yeah, you're seeing that they're helping. You can see a good view of Alexander's thing. It's like a rotary knob that those 5 straps go into.
And it looks like on Mike's right leg, that's where the umbilical will be connected to, right?
Right, they're all connected right now. You can see it on Jeanette's, yeah, on all their right legs. You can see it's connected. So at some point, I would assume they'll start doing comm checks. They can probably hear each other at this point, would be my guess, depending on whether the ground's configured yet.
Yeah, comm checks are
They'll usually probably wait for the text to get out of there, just otherwise you hear a bunch of background noise.
Gotcha. Yeah, so explain what the umbilical system does. Like, what do they get through these umbilicals that they're now attached to?
Yeah, so the umbilical gives them air, both for cooling and the breathing air, and then also it's the comm link. So that's the 2 big things. That's so environmental control and then communication.
So as was reported out, they're in their seats, strapped in. We expect comm checks soon, followed by seat rotation, and then suit leak checks. They're ready. Thumbs up for all those things coming up from all 4 crew members.
All right, so it looks like they're closing the hatch now, so they must be happy with what they've gotten for pictures and documentation. And like you said, the next big thing here is still about 9-ish minutes away from the plan time to start the leak checks.
Again, a beautiful shot of the launch pad. We're flying a new Falcon 9 booster. Dragon Endeavour flying on its 5th flight. That's the most for any Dragon spacecraft. Right, Raja?
Yeah, it's the fleet leader, and the original certification done by the Commercial Crew Program, which
Dragon is then configured for terminal count. Falcon 9 tanks pressurizing for strong back retract.
And we did just hear that call out. Dragon is in terminal count. The onboard computers now are taking control of this spacecraft. The first stage will finish liquid oxygen loading in about 3 minutes, followed by completion of second stage LOX loading 1 minute later.
Strong back retract has started.
There's a call out over the nets that we are moving forward into strong back retract. The next thing you might be able to see on your screen is actually going to be the clamp arms opening up around the base of this second stage. That will allow the strong back to recline about 2 degrees away from the vehicle. And because we've now begun pressurizing Falcon 9, we know that it's strong enough to stand on its own. That TE will throw back all the way to 45 degrees at liftoff. The strong back is part of the transporter erector, which provides liquids, gases, and electrical connections to the vehicle.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for
45
launch.
seconds.
Dragon copies, go for launch.
Reports go, crew reports go. Now
T-minus 30 seconds.
about 30 seconds away from liftoff.
$15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Engines full power. And liftoff of NASA Crew-8. Go Falcon, go SpaceX, and go NASA.
One Alpha.
Endeavour ascends, a beacon
one
of
Alpha.
human ambition. 1.7 million pounds of thrust now propelling Falcon 9 and Crew-8. Vehicle is pitching down range.
Nominal power and telemetry. Stage 1
And we are getting good call-outs on propulsion. Falcon 9 engines now throttling down to help pass through the period of maximum dynamic pressure.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
With that call out, we know that Falcon 9 is now moving faster than the speed of sound.
Stage 1 throttle up.
1 Bravo.
So with that call out,
Copy 1 Bravo.
we know that Falcon 9 is throttling back up, and that one call out for 1 Bravo means that we are in the second and final abort mode for the first stage, continuing to get good performance from Falcon 9. Now at this
Effect
point,
shall
the
have
crew
started.
are already pulling over 2 Gs. And with that call out, we know that that engine chill for MVAC, which is our second stage engine, has now also begun. That also means we have a couple of events that are going to happen in rapid succession. First is that chill on the MVAC engine, and then we'll have main engine cutoff, or MECO, where the 9 engines on the first stage of Falcon 9 will cut off ahead of first and second stage separation. Then the Merlin vacuum engine on board the second stage will ignite and carry the Crew-8 astronauts to orbit, while the first stage begins its journey back to Earth. At this point in the flight, the 9 Merlin
Stage 1
engines
throttle
are starting to throttle down, and we're standing. There's that call out for throttle down, and we're standing by for MECO.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed. MVAC ignition.
2 Alpha.
Copy 2 Alpha.
So those incredible views on your screen, and of course the cheering behind me, means that we have had successful main engine cutoff, stage separation, and ignition of our MVAC engine on board stage 2. We are also in 2 Alpha for the aborts if needed. Of course, that second stage is being illuminated on the right-hand side of your screen by our single Merlin vacuum engine on board stage 2. Now, the next milestone we're tracking is the stage 1 boost back burn on the left-hand side of your screen. And we are expecting completion of that burn in just about 10 seconds.
Shannon.
Copy Shannon.
And that call out for Shannon, indicative of Shannon, Ireland, the very last abort zone in the second stage. The Merlin engine is about to shut down. You just saw it there on your screen.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal orbit insertion.
Hearing good call-outs following second stage cutoff. The crew is in a nominal or as expected orbit. That is. And we are getting our first view of Crew-8 inside Endeavour, 3 of them in space for the very first time. The first stage has already returned to Earth and landed successfully, and the second stage has shut down, and we're awaiting separation, and you see it on your screen right there. Dragon and Endeavour now flying free.
Dragon, SpaceX, this is your launch chief engineer. Welcome to orbit. It truly is our greatest honor for you to trust us to launch you into space. It's been a pleasure working with you, and we trust that all the science and work you're about to do will continue to move humanity further towards the stars. We hope you enjoyed the ride, and thank you for flying on Falcon 9. Please send our regards to Crew 7, and make sure to remind them you just wanted to be fashionably late. I'll hand it off to the launch director for a few words.
Dragon LD, hope the ride was as awesome as a Cybertruck. Have a safe journey to the space station, and we look forward to seeing you when you get home. Thank you for flying SpaceX.
SpaceX, oh my goodness, what an incredible ride to orbit. I'm both glad and not glad that you don't have a copy of our ICS. The cheers the whole way up were incredible. A big thank you to SpaceX for incredible instructors. Tyler, I'm talking to you and your team right now. Incredible instructors, engineers, and operators. They're the reason we are now safely in orbit. A thank you to NASA, Roscosmos, CSA, ESA, JAXA, who work together to make the International Space Station work for us all. And, of course, big thank you to my family, friends, and mentors who are the reason we're here today. Over to you, Mike.
Yeah, hey, Earth, just to let you know, it's kind of like a roller coaster ride with a bunch of really excited teenagers. Just want to mention the NASA community is just a really warm but steely-eyed family that does amazing things, and it kind of hugs you, but it pushes you into the unknown while watching your back. It's really been an incredible place for me to grow over these past 30-plus years, and now I'm really honored to fly this new generation spaceship with this new generation crew. Thanks to my own family for tolerating my otherworldly habits. Thanks to NASA for being the backbone of exploration that we are. And just thanks so much to our friends and colleagues at SpaceX for the awesome ride. It's great to be back in space again.
And I would like to second Mike and Matt's words. I'm super excited to be here. And, I need here, and the words that come to my mind is that I'm so grateful and I'm thankful for everyone who got us to this point. There's no way we would have been able to do this without all the people, from all the instructors, from all the people supporting on the ground, to the folks in the kitchen who kept us fed, and Liz out at SpaceX. I'm so grateful for everyone, and I just want to give a big thanks to my family and friends who came from all over the world to see this. Thank you for supporting me through all the days of waiting to get to this point. Thank you for everything, and I want to give a quick shout out to my sisters who couldn't make it, Brenda and Patty. And then I also want to give a nod to Syracuse, who supported me through everything. And I am in a New York state of mind right now. It is amazing. Thank you for everything.
Warm greetings to everyone from the orbit. I would like to express huge gratitude to Roscosmos, NASA, ESA, JAXA teams, and all who took part in preparation and implementation. A separate shout out to my family and friends. Thank you for your support. My sons, Serежа, Vlad, Sasha, be good. Кузбасс от Москвы. See you soon. Всех тепло приветствую с орбиты. Выражаю огромную благодарность коллективу Роскосмоса, НАСА, ИСА, JAXA и всем без исключения причастным к подготовке и реализации нашего полета. Отдельный привет передаю своей семье и близким. Спасибо вам за поддержку. Сыновьям Сережа, Влад, Саша, будьте молодцами. Кузбасс, Москвы, до встречи.
Dragon, we copied all, and we see the vehicle chasing down the International Space Station on orbit. Nose cone opening is in progress. We saw nominal dehumidifier activation and service section Draco checkouts. With that, your go to raise visors. And I've got one final note. We have a tradition on board this spacecraft for its travelers to bring a small token, a zero-G indicator, if you will, to clearly demonstrate the free-floating nature of objects traveling in orbit around the Earth. And I wonder if you've brought anything fitting that description.
Well, you should ask. Oh, man. So per tradition, we, of course, have a zero-G indicator. It's already been deployed. The significance of our zero-G indicator is not actually what it is, but who chose it. Many parents around the world have jobs that take them away from their children and families for long periods of time to serve their communities, their country, and the world. Military families are a prime example, but many jobs, including our own, share this trait. The choice of the zero-G indicator was given to my daughters to represent the sacrifice that children everywhere make while their parents are serving away from home. We chose a stuffed family dog, and she is free-floating here today.
Getting great views of Crew-8 on board their capsule there, and there is their zero-G indicator. Loved hearing the crew's description of who chose this animal and why, and everything that it means to them, to their mission, and obviously the community standing behind each of these 4 astronauts.